Hi guys, and thank you again for taking a few minutes to watch this video. Today's video is about managing stress, but more specifically, how I have managed stress. But before I get into that, as always, can I get you to subscribe and like this video? It would mean a lot. It does genuinely help me grow the channel and get more content to more people. So stress. This is something that I've experienced for as long as I can remember. Even as a child, especially a teenager, stress has always been a big part of who I am. And I've tried to manage it and address it in a variety of ways. There's a lot of stuff on the internet about stress, ways of managing stress, and you'd be reading for days and weeks and months and years if you wanted to go through it all, but what worked for me? I wanted to put together a video that talks about how I do it. I'll be honest, I still experience the feeling of stress, whether it's through physical stress, through training, personal stress, through family, friendships, relationships, and obviously work and business is probably one of the most common causes of stress for people. So what are my go-tos? Now, again, let me first off start by saying, if you need help, if you need support, make sure you reach out to someone. Don't hold this inside, the feelings inside. Please speak to someone and seek help. This is what I find works for me, so please feel free to try them. But again, speak to people about how you are feeling. Now, the first thing for me is, well, where you can, manage the cause of the stress. It probably seems pretty obvious, right? But so many people forget to actually address that and go straight to some of the other methods and tools that can help manage that feeling of stress, but kind of forget to actually address the thing that's causing it. Now, sometimes they're outside of our control, but where they are inside our control, address it. Find a way of resolving the problem, the issue, the stressor. That's number one. Number two, and look, for me, this is a big one, a huge believer for a variety of reasons, and that's exercise, movement. Now, endorphins, serotonin, wonderful chemicals. They talk about the runner's high. These are things that are produced as a result of partaking in exercise, movement, fitness. But it's more than that. When we talk about exercise, it doesn't just always mean going to the gym and shifting some weights, and that's wonderful, do that. But get out in nature, get out in the sunshine, get into a community gym, or a community of walkers or runners or swimmers or riders, just around other like-minded positive people. The benefits of exercise are not just the physiological benefits, but it's about also the community and the uplifting feeling that comes with that. But in the moment for me, when I feel that stress starting to rise, I'll put on my running shoes and I'll go for a run. It doesn't need to be 10, 12, 15 kilometer run. Sometimes it might just be getting outside for 10, 15, 20 minutes. So exercise for me is key. The third one, and this is something I've been working on for a long time now. Something I was very skeptical of early in the days, but meditation, a game changer for me. If you haven't experimented, experienced, or even tried, use the terminology what you want. Meditation for me was an absolute game changer. Bringing down my cortisol level, slowing me down, giving me that time to be more mindful in the moment. But I had to find the type of meditation that worked. There's a lot of different types of meditation out there. You have to find the one that works for you. I talk to a lot of people that want the meditation tools to lean into when they're feeling stressed or anxious, but they'll try one method and then go, nah, meditation's not for me. Find the one that does fit. For me, I landed on 2. The first is transcendental meditation. I had a meditation coach that I spent time with that walked me through how to do this correctly. And now I incorporate that into my everyday. But the other one for me, and a great starting spot, is guided meditation. It's about putting in the earphones, the earbuds, and having someone take you through a 5, 10, 15-minute guided meditation. It's about bringing your awareness back to self. So meditation, a wonderful way to help manage those feelings of stress. Breath work. Now this is something you can do anywhere. It's great. It's a great tool. Something like meditation is almost like playing the long game, but it's kind of difficult to do, perhaps if you're driving a car. But breath work you can do anywhere. Understanding how to control breath, the benefits that come with controlling breath. But where do you start? 2 really interesting ones for me. The first one is actually getting used to how to breathe properly. Now you're probably thinking, I've been breathing all my life. I know how to breathe. But do you? Many of us don't breathe that air deep into our belly. It's very shallow. Perhaps just into our chest, into our lungs, just straight at the top. No belly breath at all. There's actually a more appropriate way to breathe than these short, shallow breaths that many of us, upon reflection, are doing. So understanding how to control your breath. And a really interesting technique I came across was practice blowing up a balloon using that belly breath. It sounds bizarre, but it helps you become more familiar with an appropriate way of breathing. So practice blowing up a balloon. But what's a specific method that I find personally works well for me when I'm feeling stressed or anxious? And it's box breathing. At its simplest form, box breathing is breathing in for the count of 4, holding for the count of 4, pushing out for the count of 4, holding for the count of 4, and doing that 4 times. Now, as you become more confident with the breath holds, letting the breath out, breathing in, you can extend and change those patterns. But a great starting point is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 times. Really quick, really simple, can be done anywhere. So box breathing is a fantastic tool. Look, and it's something you can also use not just when you're feeling stressed, but in readiness for moving or walking or getting into an environment where you need to be relaxed and calm. The examples here and what I'm talking about is if I'm going to give a presentation or a workshop, or if you're about to walk in and pitch to a new client perhaps. Sometimes we work ourselves up a little bit and we get so worried about the content that we have to deliver that the best thing we can do is calm ourselves down. And to do that before you walk into that environment, box breathing. The next one for me, look, and this one I thought was pretty woo-woo wah-wah until I adopted this daily practice, that is journaling. There's various iterations of what journaling looks like, but for me it's free-flowing, as I call it. I let my thoughts go. I write how I'm feeling. I like to understand why I'm feeling that way, and I just let it flow. But what I make sure I do every single time I'm journaling is gratitude. But there's a little key component of gratitude that's so important. It's great to say, I'm grateful for the sunshine on my walk into work today. But you can't leave it there. Why? The why is the key. So if you're going to adopt a daily practice of journaling, and if you're going to include some gratitude, ensure that you have your why for that piece of gratitude. So they're the things that I lean into. They really help me and have for the last few years manage stress. There's a couple of other things as well from a supplementation perspective that I've included as well. Things that help with the reduction of cortisol, addressing those feelings and sensations that come with the stress. One is ashwagandha, and the other one is L-theanine. And L-theanine, think green tea. So I included those as well as part of my daily routine. The environment, the world in which we live in right now is incredibly stressful. Now, maybe another whole separate topic is there such thing as a stressful event? And I talk about this with my clients. But let's just say the world is stressful. Everything's expensive. Economically, professionally, personally, there's stresses coming at us from every direction. Social media, emails, phone calls, text messages. Stress in small doses is a wonderful thing. Prolonged, engaged periods of stress is not. So if you are feeling stressed, again, I encourage you to speak up, speak out. Address the problem where you can. And then try some of the things that work for me. Again, exercise is key, but get outside, get some vitamin D, get some sunshine, get your feet in the grass, find a community. Meditation, breath work, journaling, easy things to do, easy practices to adopt. I hope this has been useful. Again, please subscribe and like, it does mean a lot. And reach out if there's anything I can always do. Keep well, keep safe.